this will be everything except public hearing. So if an item is on public hearing, this would not be the time that you would discuss it. You would do that during the public hearing on that particular item. So that would leave out, at this point, item 8A. Anything else that is on the agenda, you may come to the podium and talk about that item. It's important that you give your name and address when you come to the podium. Address all remarks to the chair. You'll be limited to 3 minutes in comment. Is there anyone that would like to make comments about agenda items only? If so, please come to the podium.
About anything on the agenda item.
Seeing no one, we will close the citizen comments agenda items on this section of our meeting. The next item that comes before council is the item 8A. This is old business. City Administrator Melissa.
I'll start off just to indicate that this is a zoning application that's been before council and the planning commission. Half on first reading, it's up for second reading. I'll allow Ms. Pedler to kind of outline the intent of the application.
This is a rezoning request from Bunch Development for what they are entitling the Massey Hill Springs concept. As you can see, the property being requested includes portions that are currently zoned R1 single family residential, RP1 planned residential, and IB intermediate business. But we have recommended as the Planning Commission a 100-foot buffer off of the residential properties to the rear of what is being requested for rezoning. The concept plan includes a new Food City grocery store, 10 out parcels, 3 new roads, and of course the 100-foot zoning buffer from the residential area. In addition to a variety of open space amenities and an intense landscape berm buffer in the back of the Food City property, adjacent to the residential area. As you can see, they've got what was the concept plan, which you all have reviewed several times, has been before you a couple of times and before Planning Commission twice. The concept plan, and they have shaded what is being requested to be rezoned here in the darker color. There has been residential opposition to this particular rezoning request. The residents have oppositions including stormwater issues. As you can see up on the screen, it shows the floodway and the area surrounding around it. The developer has worked with the engineering staff here, as well as his own engineering staff, to develop some concepts, and would be required to do some substantial upgrades to the site because of the existing floodway development floodplain area. Additional traffic issues concerning the new road that will be placed on Walters Drive, property values in the neighborhood, and noise have been concerns that have been brought up by the citizens during the many public comment periods. As you can see, we did receive a petition in regarding the charter regulation regarding rezonings. I've just shown on the screen those in blue are the petitioners, the ones who signed the petition, who are adjacent to the rear of the property. If you have any particular questions about the petition or the regulation in the charter regarding petitions and the voting, I'll direct those towards the city attorney. Planning Commission did recommend approval of this rezoning to go from the R1, RP1, and IB to PCD.
Are you finished?
Yes, sorry.
Are there any questions of Melissa or the city attorney regarding this matter before we open for public hearing? Hearing none, what we will now do is open the podium up for public hearing on ordinance number 3453. Anyone wishing to address council on this issue, please step to the microphone, state your name, address, address all comments to the chair. We are now open for public hearing.
Mr. Mayor, if I can be acknowledged, my name is Larry Ray Churchwell of the Jefferson County Bar, and I'm here on behalf of Bunch Investments with regard to the rezoning request. My address is 116 Luxury Lane, Dandridge, Tennessee 37725. And just to potentially save time for the council, I thought I might step forward first, because I imagine there's several people here who want to speak to this issue. And just request the council consider a postponement of action on this to the next regularly scheduled meeting. I understand that a petition, a citizen petition has been filed, or petitions have been filed, and we'd just like an opportunity to review those petitions and anything may be applicable with that.
What we will do is we will continue with this public hearing, and then we will entertain motions when there are no more comments to come before the chair. So at this point, the mic is still open, the podium is still there for you to speak on this issue. And when all public comments are heard, then we will entertain motions from council. Does anyone wish to address public hearing on ordinance number 3453?
As a junior at the University of Tennessee studying environmental sociology, it's easy for me to see that the development of Massengill Springs will contribute to significant loss of non-renewable resources, flooding, habitat destruction, waste, decreased air quality for the homeowners, and depreciated home value. In the long run, large developments like Massengill Springs will undermine local economy. Money spent in independent markets tends to stay in the local economy, whereas large markets suck money out of an area, putting it into the bank accounts of distant company owners. If we want to fix our local economy and unemployment, we can't just treat the symptoms, we need to treat the problems. Economic development requires a vision beyond supermarkets and fast food restaurants. These are $7 and $8 jobs. Where is my generation going to work? I've made the efforts for college education, and there's few opportunities in Morristown for college graduates. Most of the jobs that we created in Massengill Springs will be coming from the food city that fell across the street, high school students, and retirees. Currently, there are 4 food cities in Morristown, 2 other large supermarkets, one within approximately 1.8 miles of proposed Massengill Springs location, and approximately 28 food markets in Morristown. When will our town stop catering to the lowest common denominator and bringing in constantly low-skill, low-wage employment that makes it easier for developers to gain a profit? I just don't understand why we can't aim higher. The long-term environmental impact and economic impact for our community is not a concern with the development of Massengill Springs. And I just believe that it's possible for us to have both a quality life and sound economy in Morristown. It's going to take our city council and citizens to be willing to adjust to a new way of thinking. And if it doesn't start now, I fear that my generation is going to be cleaning up the mess. And, I'm just seeing it, and all my friends are moving away from Morristown. There's not enough opportunity for it. And I just ask you to take this into consideration when you consider them. Thank you.
Thanks for your comments. Are there any other comments on ordinance 3453? Hearing none, we will close the public hearing portion of this meeting, and the chair will entertain a motion.
Mayor, I'll move that we postpone ordinance number 3453, and that it be postponed and made a special order for the next meeting on October the 2nd, 2012.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second to postpone this public hearing vote.
Mayor, that will take 2/3 vote. We require 2/3 vote. That means
To delay?
To delay, to do this.
I thought it was a simple majority to delay and 2/3 to,
On this
this is a delay, it'd be the same as a,
I second that.
On the change.
The only time I see a 2/3 on here is council?
It's from, 31 in Robertsville border.
You don't know?
I'm sorry, it just takes a minute, we want to make sure we're right on this. Are you going on extended time for considering a pending question, or are you going for laying on the table?
No, not laying on the table. We need to postpone to a certain time. And when you do it with special order, the wording there makes you have to have 4 votes on that.
Well, the question is whether it's 40 or 2/3, based on what you made the motion. Did you state your motion?
Yes, my motion is that I move that ordinance number 3453 be postponed and made a special order for the next meeting on October the 2nd.
Special order.
If we just table it, does that take the same votes, Jay?
No, it's a
We
majority.
need to table, we can't table, we have to handle it.
I suspect, Mayor, that the special order provision, I'm just not familiar with.
I don't have
I
it.
think the council could by majority vote, and that's not on the table now, but by majority vote, postpone to a time certain being not later than the next meeting.
Well, could we do that and not change, I mean, can we give them ample time to get to do their homework?
2 weeks.
Is the way she's stating this, giving them that time, or is this requiring a different
I think
number to?
Yeah, I think it would give them the time. I just don't know about the
2/3 or
requirement.
whatever.
If it passed, it would give them the time.
Okay.
So we can take a vote on this. And if it's 2/3, it's a new issue. If it's not 2/3, then we need to find a clarification.
I believe then a motion to postpone to a time definite, not later than the next meeting would be.
Are you saying, Mr. Jesse, that we can do it 13 days, but not 14 days would be okay on majority vote?
To the next regular meeting, yes, of the council.
What the see can happen if it's a no vote.
Well, if we have 4 votes that, for the proposed motion, then it will pass. But if we don't have 4 votes, it's a new issue, and another motion can be made. All right, so let's, is that correct?
I would think that handles it, it dispenses it. If you're for the.
If the motion fails,
Well, right, if the motion fails.
that's what I stated. Yeah, if the motion passes, totally different. If it fails, then it's a new issue. Okay. Please restate your motion.
I move that ordinance number 3453 be postponed and made a special order for the next meeting on October 2nd, 2012.
All right, you've heard the motion. We have a second.
I still don't understand. I still don't understand.
Clarification is that if she has, if this takes, if we have 4 votes on this, it will be moved to October the 12th, correct?
Right, and it's,
And
What was
so
the last
October
part
2nd,
of
I'm
that
sorry, I
you
put that
said?
as well.
What was the last part of that you said, open what?
on October 2nd,
No
2012.
line for that.
Move that ordinance number 3453 be postponed and made a special order for the next meeting on October 2nd.
The special order require a different number of votes than just postpone.
It apparently does. And
She
the
said-
true says that's to ensure that no action will be taken by the council until the item is on the agenda by special order.
All right.
And so 4 votes would move it to and allow it to. If it doesn't get 4 votes, it will not be postponed, then we'll go back. We'll go
And then you
back
can
to
have
the-
another motion.
We'll go to the, yes.
Yes, exactly. All right, so you've heard the motion. Is there any discussion?
I still would like to have a clarification from Mr. Jesse.
Well,
Can you
as
break
best
it
I
down,
can.
can you break it down just a little bit where we can all, where I can understand?
I think the motion on the floor is to postpone by special order this item to the next council meeting. And that ensures that it can't be acted upon in between now and then. If that motion fails, I think the council could take up a motion to simply postpone the item until the next meeting by a majority.
Okay, my question is, let's say if it passes and it's postponed, do you have to come up with 4 votes next time? Is that what you said, Kay?
No, next time it comes back to just like regular. If the
As it
motion
is right
passes.
now.
A majority, simple
Majority
majority
vote
vote.
next time, simple
So
majority.
this don't have enough to do with the next vote.
No,
No, just to carry it over till October the 12th. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm
It
trying
take
to,
one more to get it approved, would it not?
well, that's what I'm trying
No,
to
not then.
clarify. I think that's what we need to know.
but I'm thinking.
All right, what's at issue now? Let's go, council.
You understand?
Let's carry out this vote and then we can deal with anything. If that's okay with council. You're voting to delay until 2nd of October.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? I know it seems fuzzy, but it's just simply this. This is a motion.
Yeah, I've got a question.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, are you trying not to give these people opportunity 2 weeks from now? What's going on? I don't understand. Why can't you get a simple majority? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Can you clarify that for me? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Are you talking about public hearings? Is that your question?
You know, I mean, it's looking like if this thing don't get the votes, it gets delayed, then it'll take 4 votes the next time.
Doesn't change
I
anything.
don't understand.
I'm just ready to vote, and we had a request to postpone. I've made a motion to that effect. I added in special order. It takes 4 votes to postpone it, and if that doesn't fly, then we'll go back to question.
Right.
But you don't want to give them an opportunity to review everything and get their ducks in a row, is that what you're
I
saying?
think
She
we've had
is
a long
giving-
time.
You gave them a long time? All right, that clarifies. Thank you.
This does give them till October 2nd.
It's not limiting public hearing today at all.
It gives them till October 2nd to investigate. Because in this case, Mr. Butch has asked for time to look into this further. This gives them time to look into it until October the 2nd.
If they get the right vote. If they don't, then-
Well, we'll just have to vote it.
Okay.
Any other questions? Council clear at this point?
Read that motion one more time.
I move that ordinance number 3453 be postponed and made a special order for the next meeting on October 2nd, 2012.
Is there anything, Mr. Jesse, anything any different in a special order and just postponing it?
Well,
The number of
rule
votes
says,
each.
the effect of postponing a question to a specific hour or until after a particular event in a meeting, making it for that hour, is one, to assure that the question cannot come up before the predetermined time except by a 2/3 vote or through a reconsideration of the postponement, and to provide that it will come up at that time named. So theoretically, I guess if the council wanted to do a special call meeting, you would be prohibited from doing that.
It still takes the same number.
It takes a 2/3 vote past the
Just saying,
special order.
it's just saying that the deadline is at the next meeting
Right,
for this to come to a head.
that's correct.
For comfortable council? Okay.
Can he, will this prevent anything from going back to the planning commission or anything such as that?
Not that I'm aware of, no. He can't come back before council until
You
then.
can't go to planning.
But it can go back to planning.
I don't see anything in the.
There is not a
rules that
planning
prohibits that.
commission meeting.
Yeah, I would argue you have an application before council that's prime for consideration. That we acted on before you go back to the planning commission.
And there would not be a special call meeting of planning commission.
Yeah, we,
There's not one for them.
no, there's not been a request.
Let's go ahead. Are there any further questions, council? Hearing none, the motion is for special, I don't know how you worded that, but for a special motion that this be carried out on October the 2nd. So what you're voting on is that this will be brought out in October the 2nd meeting and not before. If there are no more questions, please enter your vote.
Well, I'm not sure that I'm ready to vote on it, to be honest about it. But that's okay, we can vote on it.
Well, we change it again though, right, or whatever.
I don't think
Well, let's see
so.
what,
I don't think so. Go ahead.
is council ready to vote?
I don't know, I'm like Chris, I'm not real sure on this still.
I mean, I understand that we're postponing it, but if she doesn't get a second on it, the way she reads it, what happens? Then we get to bring it up again? Can he withdraw a second? I'm saying, can he withdraw his second?
It would, once it goes to the floor, once council has it, it's up to council.
Well, I didn't understand the question. I
Motion
didn't
on the
understand-
floor.
I didn't understand the explanation there, you know? I didn't know she was, I don't know what we're trying to pull, you know, or something.
Really,
You know, we're really citizen friendly, business friendly around here, you know? Really.
what this vote is for is to bring before council again October the 2nd. It prohibits you from doing nothing October the 2nd, except you will be voting on the item just like you would have today. What has transpired here today is that we have already held the public hearing portion of this. So therefore, it will be coming up for vote only and no public hearing, is that correct?
Yes. Today's the public.
So all public hearing is now finished, and what we would do is this will come up again for vote only, because public hearing is held today on October the 2nd. Is that the way you understand it?
But does it have to be voted on at that time?
Yes, it has
Yeah,
to.
they're brought forth.
That makes it mandatory
We
that
are-
it be voted on, and that's not giving them a fair chance to go back for planning if they decide to make a change, is what I'm saying. That's my only point.
This brings up, at least it's my thought, that if this motion fails, another motion could be made, simply to postpone to a definite time.
It's gonna take
The way she's worded it, takes forward, don't you
Now,
say?
well, let's explain it in a way that'll make it easier. It takes 4 votes to pass this motion. If this motion does not pass, then another motion could be made to table, which would take a simple majority.
Or, rather than table, I think the safest route would be to postpone to a definite time, being the next meeting.
Deleting the words fail. So we can, if this does not pass, with 4 votes,
We need to
and a
inspire
mayor vote,
both parties.
Well, my question, I guess, another question is too, you know, like I said, I've been trying to ride both sides of the fence here, but if they ask for a postponement, would they still get the same, is this the same vote? If the citizens that owns the country club states everything, the people that's here, would they get the same vote?
Well, whether or not the council votes is within the council's discretion.
clear my vote.
I'm sorry.
The council has the discretion to vote today, to postpone the vote until a time certain, not act at all. I don't think it's going to affect either side other than there being a postponement.
Yeah, you haven't
for
confirmed it
consideration.
yet.
I did, I think.
I think I heard you there, I just, trying to get it straight here, you know. I just-
Mr. Mayor, I have to be acknowledged.
I don't think that's appropriate.
No, it is, at this point, I'm sorry. This is a question now of parliamentary procedure, and I'm going to get that out of the way, and then we'll go forward. All right.
Are we going to vote?
ready to vote. Do you understand the motion? You have to have 4 to pass. All right? Please enter your vote. Motion fails. Is there another motion?
Mayor, I would like to move that ordinance number 3453 be approved.
I don't understand. There again, okay.
We have a motion. We have a motion to approve. There's a motion on the floor. We have a motion to approve ordinance number 3453. Do we have a second?
You make that one.
Okay, we have a second. We have a motion and a second. Now, is there discussion by council on this motion?
I didn't understand the first one.
It was rather confusing. What we are now voting on is to approve this ordinance. The first vote was to delay.
The vote yes was give them the right to delay until October.
That's true.
And they needed 4 votes, 4 yeses.
So now we're back to where we were, and we have a motion to approve at this point. Just as it is right here, public hearing on ordinance 3453 is now before council, and the motion is to approve. To approve
This right here.
to approve
We're
the
talking
zoning.
about that.
It's to approve the ordinance.
So if we want to approve it, we vote yes, right?
Yes, and if you do not want to, vote no. Simple as.
Mayor, if I may, and I hope I don't,
Don't muddy the water.
but I would like to ask, before you vote, get the city attorney to clarify the impact of the petition from the residents on the vote you're about to consider.
Let me first say that, Mayor and Council, I have a conflict in that our firms represented the bunches for a number of years. Because of that, we sought the Municipal Technical Advisory Services opinion on the impact of the petition. And Miss Melissa Ashbury, I think, Ashburn, a lawyer with MTAS,